I've had many people coming to me for the last 2 years who are either healers or they're being told by you, the subconscious part, that they are to be healers. We keep wondering why the world would need so many healers.
What are the things you have been working on? You may have some questions.
That we're moving to new frequencies and vibrations?
That is correct.
I've been told a great deal of information that everything is speeding up and the vibrations and frequencies of our whole dimension are changing. Is that correct?
Turbulence. Much turbulence coming very soon. And there is the need to be very grounded. Much turmoil. There will be need for your stability and all of those who are here, because people will be lost and confused and in much pain. Do you understand?
By turbulence, do you mean more of the violent earth changes that have been happening?
Situations caused by humans and situations caused by the earth changes, and the coming through of new energies and beings that humans are not accustomed to seeing. This will cause a great deal of chaos, that only those who are understanding what is transpiring will keep calm and be a reassurance to those in confusion. Remember, and just be prepared for that, because it's very easy to theorize until the situation is in the physical. Then the physical body needs to be prepared to handle the shifts of energy and the shock that comes with the process of change. One thing is to feel you can understand what is happening. Another is to be in the midst of chaos and keep yourself calm when it's happening.
That's difficult for humans, isn't it?
It is difficult. And that is a crucial and practical area to focus on at this time, because it is in the physical that you are helping. There are other levels that are helping, but you are in the physical as she is and other beings are. So in the physical, they could transmit that calm that will be necessary during times of chaos.
But will they listen to us?
It is not up to you to decide. It is up to you to make sure you have the tranquility and grounded energy for those who want to listen to you. That alone requires much work in the physical to keep those energies in place, because that's what you came to do. Anne is very trained, because her life experiences have required her to maintain a level of calm in the midst of madness. If only they have the courage to jump, or else they may choose not to, and that is their choice. But your role, if you keep your energy, may be crucial for someone in that situation, because you may be the hand that extends for them to jump.
Make the jump into the higher vibration.
Yes.
But the higher vibration, the new earth, will not experience this turbulence.
No.
It seems as though, right now, we are in this part that is experiencing the turbulence.
It is just the beginning. It has begun, but the chaos has not begun. The chaos, the madness of people running around in confusion, because all of their illusions have been shattered. That will be the time of the test of the strength that needs to come forth for those of you who are here to help in the process. There will be a time when people are running in the streets confused and in fear, not unlike the hurricane.
That's what I was thinking of, the tsunami and the hurricanes. Are there going to be similar disasters in many cities?
Some caused by natural, some caused by those in power who are making every effort to keep things the way they are. They are aware of the changes. They refuse to accept. It's like a child who doesn't want to hear the truth, and they refuse to admit they are no longer in charge. So they continue to cling to these ways and may cause more confusion. They feel they may be able to slow down the process and maintain a low vibration by keeping fear on the surface.
They're trying to instill fear in people.
Fear has always been in people because that's how most, if not all, the societies of this world have functioned for many years. Fear is the way they have maintained power, and almost everyone in this world is in fear. There are different levels of fear, but these changes and the technology that has allowed everyone to communicate freely have caused a great deal of concern for those in power, because now the fear is vanishing. Many things that are occurring, even the catastrophes, act as a catalyst to bring fear out so it is dealt with. And so it is a cleansing in a way. But those in power don't want this process to occur, and they prefer to keep a level of fear under the water, if you will. And like a desperate child, they try every tactic they can think of at this time to not let that fear dissipate, because that is what is happening. The fear is dissipating despite what the surface seems to show.
People are beginning to think for themselves.
They are. They are confronting their own demons, if you will, because life is taking them places where they have to see things that other times they haven't had to deal with. Therefore, their fears, although they are very present, are at least coming to the surface, whereas before they were not. Therefore, it is a cleansing that, as it continues, will only liberate more and more, which is a process that those in power are very aware of. They want to slow it down, thinking there might be a way to prevent it, so they will push and push to every extreme they can until things get very difficult, and many people will not be prepared for that edge they are pushing for.
Is the war one of the things?
The war, absolutely the wars. Also, their diseases that they scare people with.
These diseases are not really there, are they?
They can be if people choose to allow those energies to enter into their body. But for the most part, they are only in the energetic fields. And like anything else that is talked about or thought about, it can become reality in the physical.
Yes, if enough people accept it as their reality.
But the diseases are extremely blown out of proportion, and they are not epidemics as they are portrayed to be. The media and the movies are showing you their desperation, as they insist in presenting to the masses information that is completely negative and fear-based. Subject matter such as murder, death, and betrayal, attacks and such that keep the consciousness focused on these matters, as opposed to portraying in the media images of hope and inspiration. But nevertheless, there are enough of those positive messages being broadcast at this time that, like a domino effect, they are no longer stoppable.
Another fear the government is trying to promote is terrorism.
Yes, it is just another tool, like the diseases, to find excuses to give people a reason to be afraid and not unify, but to trust that the government will solve their problems. They are imaginary problems, and in the subconscious, many people are becoming aware of this. They are no longer believing, although many are in the masses. But on their subconscious level, they are beginning to awaken, and the power knows this. That is the reason they are resorting to ridiculous stories that only those who wish to believe in them, because anybody with a logical and reasonable mind could not believe them.
Yes, anybody who thinks for themselves.
So they are presenting the masses the opportunity to choose, because they are pushing for an edge. And in that way, they are serving a purpose by pushing the edge, so that everybody makes a choice, because this is a time of choice. This is no longer a time of middle ground and neutrality.
You said earlier that we would be here whenever the chaos breaks out. Would this be caused by many of these disasters?
Disasters, and the breakdown of the structures of government, and the breakdown of the safety net that most people feel they are a part of, such as their social security and their paychecks, and their jobs and their religious beliefs, especially if and when ships and or other things like that begin to become part of the consciousness that many are not prepared for. Therefore, they may run around in shock and confusion, unsure as to what's real and what's not. The structure of government is breaking, and will break even more to a point of chaos. Like a domino effect, like a crumbling.
If the ships arrive, what would be their purpose for coming?
They are always here. It is only a time for them to become visible as the permissions open up, because it is a time of not only free will as there is now, but also a time for others to claim their place in the new world. Not just the humans, but others who also belong here, but are in a different vibration. So partly, it is not that they choose to become visible, it is partly that the energies make them visible.
I am aware they've been here. I've been working with them. I know they're positive. I've had no problems with them.
But by them becoming visible and part of the consciousness of the people, and the government's crumbling and chaos and natural disasters, you can see how the majority of people would be completely shocked.